You guys know how I preach about going to the thrift stores and looking for survival gear and saving some money. Today I'm going to show you one of the little thrift store finds that I came across. This is a very unusual and actually quite valuable French mess kit. Let's get started. Okay, so quick background on how I came across this. You guys may or might not know that on Monday nights I do a show based on survival on a local low-power FM radio station here. And if you are on Facebook and ask for a link, I'll give you a link to the show. I'm actually filming this on a Monday, so it'll probably show up today. Anyway, one of the things I want to talk about was hunting down thrift store deals. Anyway, this gentleman that I do the show with, he and I both go to the thrift stores in town and look for deals, and he came across, I think, 2 or 3 of these. They're very unusual looking little things, and I looked at it and I'm like, what the heck is that? It looks like some kind of baking or cooking kit, you know, who knew? So he let me have one. I think he paid $4.99 for it, or $3.99 or something. It was very inexpensive. And for a cook kit these days, especially one built like a tank like this one, that's pretty unusual. I went looking for information on it. All I could find was, I'll show you in a second, the little MMT on the top there. I'm like, what the heck? So I start looking for round MMT kits in Google image search. And I came across this thing. This is a French Army MMT vintage mess kit. So on some of the websites that I looked for, I found a Chinese website that called this a French Army Women's Air Force cook kit. I think that was a mistranslated word because everybody else is just calling them a French Army vintage mess kit, MMT mess kit or field mess kit. Now, again, we told you I paid like $4 or $5 for it. He gave it to me for free. These retail, if you can find them, they retail anywhere from $70 to $177 online. This seems to have been used by the French Air Force and Army for a long time, probably started around the 40s. The structure on this is quite unique and it can be used in a bunch of different ways. It's got 5 main items: a main pot, medium pot, thin plate, and a common lid, and a carrier handle, this guy here, so you can carry it like this. It isn't super light, I'd guess maybe a half a pound or so, but it is pretty darn cool. So let's pop open the top here, I'll show you, because you'll notice there's metal springs, sheet metal, little sheet steel there. You're going to push down on that, okay, and I can't do it on camera because I have to get the thing out over there. There we go. And push over and unhook that from that. Okay, so you go around here, do the same on the back, and that piece just comes right off. Now later on this will have a significance, but right now it's just kind of a piece you toss to the side. Open up the top. There is the MMT Tournus, Tournus MMT. Okay, that's the only way I found out what the heck this thing was, because I had no idea. Here's your little lid and your plate. Okay, and here is your inside. What the heck is that? Oh, just a scratch. A little inside kind of plate too. Now you can hook this on here and use it like that, or you can hook either side on this and hang this over a fire using a hanger like that. So there are uses for the top, but really after that there's really not much. So this is the kit itself. If you want to use it, of course you're going to have to be using one of these, which is an edge grabber type deal. So what we're going to do is try it out with my favorite survival meal, and that's Spam and rice. Really, I'm probably just going to use this little shorter one. As you can see, it hasn't been used a whole lot. It was carried a whole lot, but hasn't been used a whole lot. So we're going to try one of these pans out and see how well it works. We're going to go real old school with this. We're going to be using one of these Esbit stoves. And I did a video about 5-6 years ago making these little metal brackets so you could use it as a wood stove. But I'm just going to be using little cubes. And these do come off. They just slide right on there. So you have a little closed wood stove. So let's hook this up, try it out, see how well this cooks up. Now, no old school stove review and mess kit review would be complete without one of these old school mess kit heaters, food heaters. So I'm going to just take my scissors here and cut this open. You don't want to get this on your food. This stuff is not something you want to be eating. Now, let's see. This is fairly new, I believe. These are not that old. I'm going to cut along the side here. I don't want it to crumble. That's the thing. And this is the trioxane ration heating cube. There we go. And I may need to use 2 of these. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how well that works. I'm going to light it up. There we go. So once that gets going really good, we'll bring you back. I'm going to heat up the Spam in it. I have 4 little pieces of dollar store Spam and a little bit of jasmine rice. We'll see how well that works. I'm sure it's going to stick a little bit, but we'll see how well that works. Now, to avoid sticking, I did put some butter in here because this is aluminum, and I know I've heard all the horror stories about cooking in aluminum. People have been doing it for years. Hasn't killed them yet. So we're going to put in the Spam. Hopefully I can get 4 pieces in here. These are those little tiny cans that come from the Dollar Tree. The cool part about those cans is they have the old key that you have to take off the bottom. You break it off the bottom and open it up along the thing. And you got to be careful because that little piece of metal that comes off that can is sharp. Yeah, I cut myself already. All right, so there we go. We're going to flip that over in a few minutes. We're going to dump in the rice, see how well this thing works. All right, that's doing pretty good. It's still stuck a little bit. It's just going to happen with Spam. One of the most important things about using a like this is to remember to use something to grab it. Because, you know, mentally you just don't think about it. And I went to grab the side and I was like, oh yeah, that's hot. That's right. So that's pretty chopped up. Then again, this dollar store Spam doesn't really stick together too well to begin with. But you can see, it sticks. It's aluminum. But there we go. So we got that cooked up. I'm going to throw the rice in to heat it up. Toss it out of here. Put this to the side. Okay. And we'll leave a little bit of the Spam in there too, so it kind of mixes it up. A big chunk of this stuff is actually pretty good. It kind of looks gross, but actually it's pretty decent. There we go. And I'll just warm that up in the juices from the Spam and whatever's left on the bottom. And seems to be doing its job. Yeah, they stick. You know, any aluminum kit's going to stick a little unless you use some heavy-duty moist butter or something, or oil. I used a little butter. Probably wasn't enough. But hey, you know what? Thing works. And how's that thing doing down there? Wow, it's completely gone. So we're going to have to put in another tab to warm up the rice, and I'll bring you back. All right, so I put the second tablet in there. These are not known for those tabs are not known for their super, super long life. And again, we're just warming up this rice. We're not going to do much with it. I just want to warm it up. But all in all, it's a pretty neat kit. And like I said, if you have nothing, all right, if you're just getting started, you don't have a huge budget to spend on prepping and survival, you got yourself, get this rice out of there, a bunch of pans, a plate, a big pot. You can make soup. You can heat stuff up. Chef Boyardee thing of ravioli in there works just great. Really, really convenient. Let's see how this little tablet's doing. It looks like it's coming out from underneath. That's doing pretty good. Anyway, really convenient, really cool, and very, very handy. So we're going to finish this up, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it after I wash out the pan and show you how clean it comes. All right, so there it goes. All cleaned up. Cleans up nicely. A little hot water and a scrub pad. Came out awesome. It will stick naturally. It's just part of the deal. But, hey, it works. And it was less than $6, you know? Can't beat it. And if you were, say, someone who wanted to resell this to make some more money down the road to fund more survival preps, you could do that. As I said, I saw them anywhere from $70 to $170 online. Just wildly priced. All the same thing. So, to put it back together again, if I remember this right, that goes on top. That goes there. That goes there. This goes on the top, like so. And of course, you'd line up the 2 pieces here. So I'm just going to try to line them up on that side. There we go. Push down. Line it up on this side. There we are. Okay. So, all in all, pretty cool cook kit for the price. It's not going to be ultra light. It's not going to be something that you maybe want to take in a super, super light bug out bag, but maybe toss it in a car kit, get home bag for emergencies. It has a whole lot of uses. You could even probably stick a couple of these and a couple of these, or one of these in there for a stove, and you got the whole thing all in one little kit. So pretty cool. Very inexpensive. That's why I say check your thrift stores, because those are where you're going to find some awesome survival deals on survival gear, camp gear, stuff like that. And when you get started, money can be tight. Definitely a good way to get yourself a kit. Anyway, that's French Army MMT, Vintage Field Mess Kit. Found it in a thrift store for around $4 or $5. Retails for a bit more. I don't know if it's actually worth that or not. I only found it on like 3 other sites. They're hard to find info on. But MMT makes a ton of other type mess kits and military kits, so you'll find a lot of the cups and the old GI looking type mess kits. But it's pretty cool. I think that's going to be going in my my stash of unique mess kits, because I do collect them too. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I don't have a link for this. You're just going to have to find one in your local stores. But do check out our other links, our Amazon affiliate store. Even if there's nothing in that store that you think you're going to want, click the link or bookmark it, shop with it. It costs you nothing, really helps out the channel, bring you cool gear and interesting new survival technology stuff. And our freeze-dry wholesalers link, that's a 15% off link. You just click that link and shop as you normally would. When you get to the end, you'll save your 15% in your shopping cart thanks to using that link. All right, our My Patriot Supply, that's preparewithiridium.com. We got 30% off a 3-month survival kit on there with food. 3 months of survival food, 30% off this month. Definitely check that out. And of course, our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.